What's going on, Chubube? One second. I forgot to throw up. My music can't be starting to stream without some tunes. So let me get that rolling for you. But in the meantime, welcome back to the YouTube channel. Today we are getting into... What the heck? Yeah, sure. Use that to open the music. YouTube's being weird. But yeah, we're getting right into it. Today we're doing more character design based stuff. So similar to what we did last week. Last week was a lot more troubleshooting. But today should be a pretty good one. So I'm getting into that. And it's going to be a good time. As far as updates on the project, most of casting went out. There's some amazing talent involved in this project. So I literally just finished sending out a good chunk of just document stuff and all this, all the boring stuff you got to do before you do the fun stuff, which is why we really only get to do the fun stuff on streams. But yeah, so going to be getting into that. And we also have the writing team getting into writing some character bios and some other stuff like that. So it's shaping up to be a pretty good time. So they're going through the script, writing the bios, and I'm working on the character designs for them to be able to use on those bios. So we are going to get right into it. Kind of go over what I ended up landing on last week when we were working through more of the troubleshooting end of it. And we'll do a couple of things here today. So let me share my screen. Screen cap with cam. And of course we have the fish cam up. Let me adjust it a little bit. You can watch him swim around. I'm trying to figure out the best place to put his camera. Sometimes I like putting it over the top. I feel like you get to see him more often from this angle. So that's fish cam. So here, this is kind of like what we're looking to create. I'm gonna do a couple of photo screenshot kind of things real quick in here, but it'll be like kind of what I'm showing you. Just a second here. It's under character designs. So when we jump in here, so like we have a scene here, and I can just show you. Like in here, there are just some nice shots of. This is kind of the design for Eagle 1, which is a couple of skins from the game. So I'll be setting up a scene like this for our main character, and then we're also going to build a design for one of the other main characters, and then we'll probably get some gameplay in too, because I haven't played since the recent update, and looks like a lot of cool fun stuff. I think I'm most excited about the programmable ammo that is now in the game, so might play a little bit of that on stream as well. But so we'll be getting into bits of this. We'll be doing the kind of the design shots of our main Helldiver, and then we'll be designing another one of the characters. So we'll get right into it. So we'll exit out of this, and I'll leave this scene. Honestly, I might just create a new level. You know what? I'll do that. We'll just create a Helldiver. I should really do this in their folder, but it's fine. 03 level, I suppose. And we'll get that opened up and start building within here. So I'm just going to pull in a directional light for now while we set up and pose the characters. Oh, and I also got to just do a quick setup. I have like a temp metahuman look. So I'll throw a floor on here. We're gonna just do, I'm sure I got something ground related. Maybe metal. Here we go. Panel, shipyard panel. Yeah, that works. Oh, I see. It's a literal panel. We don't see the floor, so that works. All right. We're gonna go into metahumans. I'm gonna pull up the metahuman for this character. Oh, I guess I do need to export out the character mesh. Pop off the head. Pop it in. Because I'll need a helmet-less and a helmet-enabled version of the character. Oh, and we crashed. Nice. Oh, look. There's the script. Hanging out. So, just gotta love when Unreal decides to crash randomly. That's okay. We'll try that one more time. If it doesn't work, we'll just move on. Fingers crossed. Come on. Let's go. It opened up. So we have this blueprint in here, but I also need to grab our main character. So we're gonna open them up, and I need to grab this body mesh so we can pop off the head in Blender real quick and bring it back. So I'm going to export this. I'm gonna just throw it over here for a quick second. How are y'all doing? It's been a busy week for me, but I like doing the streams. They kind of keep my week grounded a bit. But I'd love to hear how you lovely people are doing. 3 design. I'm gonna just call this one also, just at the end. Helldiver. Oh, 3. Oh, also, fun little fact. So as I was working on this stuff over the weekend, Cover Up, who's the guy who went and put all the models in Unreal and rigged them up properly and all that jazz, I got a chance to talk to him or them. Don't know specifically what gender they are, but I got to talk to them just a little bit about how they have things set up and whatnot. And they informed me that the control rig should also work on most of the automaton characters, which is a huge time saver. So that'd be pretty cool. But we'll see when the time comes for that. All right, let's see here. Gonna go and just grab that model real quick. VFX models, design. There we go. All right, so here's the character, and I feel like, actually, hold up. I'm just gonna delete them real quick, and let me just set the unit size. Just in case. Because Unreal and Blender are talking 2 different unit sizes. So like this. So grab the character. Yep, that's the right size. Alright, so now what I should be able to do, actually let's see how they have it set up. Look at this clean topology. Ugh. I'll tell you what, it's much cleaner than some of the models from Titanfall 2. Some of that topology was not great, but I should be able to do this, and then let's see if this works. Control L. It kind of does. We'll just kind of do that on different bits of the helmet, and Control L. It actually gives us quite a bit. Select a few more. And essentially what I'm doing is I'm just trying to select similar vertices to remove. So we'll do the same here. Select similar, and we'll go into wireframe mode. We'll just kind of tilt up at the head. Because really all I'm looking to do here is just delete the helmet. I want to keep the neck. I want to keep everything except for the helmet, so I have those two options. So that should give me all the vertices I need. It's got a couple of loose ones attached. Now what happens if I Control L now? There we go. That's all of it. So go back to solid mode and vertices are deleted. So it's funny because I really only need the Helldiver like this for literally one shot in the whole thing, but it's kind of nice to have for the character designs. Hey Bastian, is that a fish cam? It is a fish cam, because as all good Helldivers know, that is a Super Earth certified pet. So he hangs out, swims around. I'm trying to find the most ideal placement for the fish cam. Because sometimes on the side's good and sometimes over the top is good. I like the way the over the top looks, but he's not always swimming underneath it. So, or she. I don't even know what gender my fish is. All right, here we go. We'll put this in here. We're gonna name it the same thing. Just no helmet. So what's nice is because if I do it this way, X forward, C up, geometry, face, don't make animation, don't add leaf bones. So if I do it this way, I should be able to pop back into Unreal, and I'm gonna just import it into here. That's her. VFX models and no helmet. And so now I can just select the skeleton that I want, but I can import all this jazz, won't import animations, and I won't create new materials. So now when I hit import, well, it's supposed to do it with the materials, but it did not. That's okay. We can just as easily do this. I can go find that material, go in here, and place it. Okay, and it's doing the materials backwards. Let's go! Oh, it's because that's supposed to be the helmet. That's why. So because the helmet is the one thing we don't have, we just go the next one down. That makes me feel a little bit better. So then the screen, and now it's tough about ripping game assets is like you'll see here that like they just come in, like a lot of these materials and stuff are just these wacky names. So it's kind of hard to keep track of. And I don't, like if I was the person putting this together, I certainly would not go and like rename every single thing if I didn't have to. So can't really blame them there. But doing stuff this way and just getting familiar with like where everything is supposed to go goes a very long ways and just, you know, understanding more about the models and stuff. Like Titanfall models, I've got Titanfall models pretty well down. But yeah, and like what's kind of nice about the way they have these Helldivers set up is you can see, like, because there's a lot of customization with the skins and stuff in game, it sets it up pretty well to where, like, each of these things are done individually. So what's the next thing we're looking for? Starting to lose track. This one. But this allows for each of those skins to be done just slightly differently. Goodness, music. Chill out. Chill out the music. Hey, what's up? That's crazy. Welcome. Hot to the stream. Oh wait, this is the completed guy. Haha. How many down are we? Legs, 2 down. Legs, 2 down. So we're on this one. Just starts to get a little bit. Can you fall asleep? Oh. More legs materials, so I should just be able to pop those into. Oh, nope. Back up. Skirt. Bam. Okay. So this is a little bit annoying, but hey, it is what it is. So there are 2 skirt slots. I wonder if one is for the back. Then what do we got after that? 2 skirt slots. Shoulder pad? Is that what this is? Yep. Shoulder. Probably the other shoulder. And then just the arms, right? Which are both under the skirt. Cool. All right, so there we go. We have that base, and now I need to grab which one is that on? That one right there. So it is the skirt. So on this one, what I'm going to do, because as you can see, like when you're looking in one side of the material, it disappears, and that is just to save some compute power. But I tend to notice that with with the neck, it is oftentimes just to make that a 2-sided material, which it looks like we need to go all the way to the master shader to set that up. Alright, so this is what I'm going to do with this. I'm going to go ahead and take this, duplicate it, and HT2 2-sided. So we only affect this one. And we'll set it to 2-sided, apply, because now this means that the other one is only using this as an instance. So fingers crossed this doesn't crash. Beautiful. And holding my breath. Gotta love how much Unreal freezes up on stream. It gets kind of annoying. But yep, so now the neck is filled in. So we're good there. We have the body set up. So we'll take our Helldiver 3 default and we will duplicate and say no help, just so we can create a version of her without a helmet. So we'll take this new mesh and we will place this one, maybe. I might just need to drop. Yeah, that's all right. So we'll delete, we'll add this in. There we go. And we'll drag that in and put that in the cape socket. And I actually haven't had to create a neck bone yet. So let's go do that. Under cape, neck, head. We'll put it under the neck. Socket and save. All right. So now we can go into the metahuman version, which this is what we're working with for now. Which I know there's been a lot of comments about doing them all as a buzz cut, which is something that I'll work on updating, but for now, early pre-production purposes, I'm not too worried about it. But let's fix this issue where like the head goes up endlessly back into the neck. That needs to be addressed. So we'll be having actual faces. I'm curious. There are a couple characters that you will see the faces of. There's only like 3. And it's like a rare occurrence. So we'll have like a lot of crew members will probably have faces, as well as characters who like our version of General Brash. You'll see his face when it comes up, and Eagle One, like very seldom will be without a helmet. Oh, I didn't mean to copy everything. I just wanted these. And this is the main character, which you will. There's only one shot of this character without a helmet, and it's at the very end. So. Wait, General Brash is going to be in this? It's going to be not General Brash specifically, but like on the Super Destroyer, where on it's like that ship's commander. Because I can't make something that beats EPG6's lore accurate General Brash video. That was so good. I had such a fun time watching that. I was cracking up. Whoa! Let me hit compile. Let me find this real quick. Save it and just reopen it. Because that is some... Okay, that is just some wacky head placement. Let me undo that. Switch on some snapping. So we'll go 90 degrees. It looks like it needs to go 90 degrees back. Maybe 60 degrees back. This is super weird. Oh, it's doing this. Oi, oi, oi. I've had this happen before. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna delete all that. We're gonna go find that skeleton again. And let's try a head socket instead. Add a head socket. We'll copy these parts. Go in here. And paste, and add the head. Oh, drag it under, then add that to the head side. All right, it's still being whack, and it's throwing the face out of whack. So I'm going to delete this peach fuzz because I don't think it's important. This is basically what all of New Frontiers is like. There were a whole host of problems when it came to this jazz, which is annoying, but it is what it is. So that's straight up 90 by 90, which sometimes this resolved itself like outside of the blueprint, which would be cool, but I'm also like not opposed to like this, not like not working in here, but like kind of like not working in here because it's a pretty simple fix. I'm just gonna go up by 2 because I'll show you why I'm not too worried about it, but then it'll be just my luck. It still like breaks. Yeah, see how it's like folding the neck super weird? That is annoying. But here's why I'm not super worried about it. Give me a second to get this kind of positioned right. Now the head's too big. We'll come down 1 point. Alright. So it's going to be kind of like, yeah, about there. And we'll set the LOD sync to 0 and we'll compile. So what was super annoying in New Frontiers is that there were a couple characters that did this, and as soon as you like assigned them like a body, they were, or like a rig, it was a non-issue. So let me just double check that that's the case here. So hello, we'll go into lit mode. Head looks like it might be a slight bit too big, but we're about to find out. So here's what we'll do. We'll go into character designs. We'll keep it in this one. Why not? Actually, I say that and then I'm like, well, in case I want to grab those later, we'll put it in here. And we're gonna call this Helldiver 03 shots. All right, save all. Drag this in. And it's still jacked up the head. Alright, there is one more solution to this. And this is what I had to do for a bunch of characters in the Red Dead short. And it was super obnoxious. But here's the secret. We shall delete. Get rid of the... We'll get that out of there. Compile, save, drop down to the meta humans. Where are my meta humans? Boop, boop. Okay. So here, you essentially, make sure I do this right. You copy everything, you paste, and you drag that under there, and then you take the body and you make it 0.001 by 0.001 and 0.001. And then you go to the head and you scale it up by 100. And if I attach this now to the next socket, everything goes away. Sick beans, bro. Yeah. So let's try to undo that. We'll attach that instead. And attach that to the next socket. Apologies for all this trouble. Actually, I'm just gonna go ahead. Delete everything one more time. Welcome to what doing this all the time is like. These are the true horrors of working in Unreal Engine. Okay. So just to keep track. That to the next socket. Cool. It does what I would expect it to do. Body. We are going to make it 0.1. That's what it is. Not 0.01. And then this. Maybe that just needs to be 10. Yep, just 10. Okay. So then we can rotate that 90 degrees and it's going to go on her head. A whole lot cleaner. And maybe I'll make this 12.5. And what's annoying about this way is, so I set this, like I had to do it this way for New Frontiers, which was, or not New Frontiers, for Red Dead, which was annoying. Maybe you gotta go all the way up to 14? Not 154. That would be diabolical. But I had to do it for room 24, and so like I had to set this all up and then delete the body from every shot, which was a pain to say the least. Maybe we'll go 13. How's the audio? Holy moly, are you guys getting this terrible audio? If that fixed the audio on the stream, please let me know. Okay, well, it sounded terrible on my end. But hopefully that fixed it. Oh, maybe it was just on my end then. Alright, I'm gonna go to like 12.75. There we go. Hey, we're doing it. We're doing the thing. That's that silly little bolty. So you know what? I am gonna take it down to 0.01, and then I'll do the face by 120. All right, nice. Cool, that fits. All right, that took a bit too long, but hey, part of the process. It's how we achieve greatness. Oh, and set the LOD sync to 0, which by the way, pro tip, if you want to get into Unreal Engine, stuff like that, you want your metahumans to look good, set the forced LOD for at least cinematics to 0, and your metahumans will almost always look the way that they are supposed to. But all right, cool. So we have regular Helldiver in here, and then I'm gonna do one more variation of the regular version with a not Peacemaker, Liberator. Actually, you know what? We'll just call this one Battle Ready. There are going to be a lot of different variations of this character. So we'll go ahead and add characters, weapons to Liberator. Nice. And I will actually add a mag to it this time. Some people caught that in the previous version. Weapon bone is backwards though, so we're just gonna flip that 180, flip it 90, and put it right about in her hand. Cool. And then I'll add a mag. So we'll add a mag to the Liberator. And we'll add this to the Is that the bottom? That is the bottom. 270. That is the inverse of 90. And then those mags go in the back, I believe. Right about there. Ah! There we go. Cool, so she has a Liberator. In the story, she also has the autocannon. So I'm gonna put that on her back, which that is labeled under, I believe it's props. Is props Super Earth Stratagems? No, it's not that far in. I think it's just under weapons. Weapon stratagem, autocannon. Cool. So we'll add the backpack. And we'll put that in the backpack socket. What's nice with the way this is set up too, and this is like what I realized partway through New Frontiers, and I was like, ah man, I should have gone about this like entirely differently, but we were too far into production for it to really make sense. But it's just having everything set up on the same thing. So every Helldiver that I open up, like I'll have all these same sockets already available and stuff, which will be a huge time saver. All right, and we'll also add the autocannon to this character, and I'm just going to add it to the backpack as well, just slung over the right shoulder. Give it a nice finished look. We'll grab a couple of nice looking photos, and then we'll call it for this character and move on to the next. This off on the back. We'll put the handle right on top of the backpack. I feel like that makes sense. Cool. One of the writers sent me today just the like the background for this character. He's writing the character sheet on her. And he the writer just came up with like so many clever, neat things just like about their background and you know, why they have the auto cannon, stuff like that. So it's pretty cool to see. Actually, you know what? For this version, I'm just gonna put Peacemaker in her hand just to have a little bit more of a neat feel to it. So let's see here. Weapons 2, I believe. Peacemaker. And we'll add that. And put it in the weapon socket. Just a hair. All right, cool. So now we can start kind of composing these shots and the look of this. So I'll probably start by posing the character, and then we'll get into the lighting of this, knock it out nice and quick. So we'll do the battle ready version first. I will do a save because I haven't done one of those in a bit. And add the character and a control rig. Hello, it ripped the head off. Why did you do that? You don't have to do this. Let's grab all those components, and I guess we gotta grab the head first. No? Why does it want to grab those bones? Switch this to global, I guess. Thanks for nothing. So it's interesting that it did this because, okay, I guess I can move the clouds down. It's interesting that it did this because it doesn't do it when you apply animation, which makes sense, I know. It's just one of those weird quirks. Game assets always come with weird quirks like this. Like, see how it like points the shoulders like straight back on this version? But like when I have animation and I apply this as a layered thing with animation, not a problem. But it is what it is. I'm not too worried about it. We got it fixed. Nice and quick. Giraffe diver. Nope.mp4. Yeah, pretty much. Alright. So we got our keyframes in here. And so for these, I like to just do, we'll turn off snapping. Oh, it like mega jack the fingers. Oh, what is happening? There we go. So weird. So strange. Okay, we're getting it fixed. But what I was gonna say is for like these, I like to do just some like kind of stoic shots. I feel like it just always, I don't know. For the character design sheets, like they're just nice looking, kind of professional-esque. I'm not gonna worry too much about the fingers because It's more about the head and the face. Maybe raise that neck up just a hair. I'm in debate about how I want to do this pose. That's kind of neat, but I don't know if it's practical. All right, Bastian. Glad to have had you here. Thank you for hanging out. Hopefully we'll see you in the next one. Or on the Discord server, which, if you're here and you have not joined the Plot Coalition Discord server, be sure to do so. Would love to have you around. Maybe we'll pull this. Just bend the knees slightly. Kind of like as if, you know, all this weight from the gears, you know, pulling her down just a little bit. Could be a good look. Turn her foot out a little bit more. Hand placement isn't super crucial here. We'll make sure that she has good trigger discipline. Oh, why is that pulling all the fingers? Weird, it works a little bit different when it's not a layered control rig. That's fine. Wrap these around. Turn in the shoulder and maybe point this even further down. That looks pretty cool. I love doing stuff like this because it's like, it's kind of like you're just playing with action figures. It's pretty fun. But all right, sweet. And so now we'll pose up the no helmet version and then light it, take a couple snapshots, and then we'll design the veteran before closing out the stream. So I'm gonna take off my sweatshirt because it is getting warm in my office. Probably because of my computer. Also, I don't know where the... Oh, there's the remote to my fan. Ugh. Yeah, that ought to help. Help it not be so crazy hot. Yeah. What's the fish doing? He looks like he's doing pretty good. Okay. Random question. Where and why did you choose the dino as your profile picture? So, when I did New Frontiers, I just had like Titanfall stuff for my YouTube banner and channel and all that jazz. That was just the way that I had it set up. And, you know, after New Frontiers came out and it was like, what do I do with this stuff now? I got most of my subscribers. I mean, I've got like all my subscribers through New Frontiers, but I got a lot of subscribers when New Frontiers came out. And so I was like, okay, so, you know, I can't really keep the, all the, you know, the Titanfall stuff. And so, I opted instead to do, like, you know, kind of my own design. And so with that, I can delete the body, but I do need the character. But so with that, I like dinosaurs. That's like most of that. It's also, it's a process, like the way that I've made the logo. I got started in doing effects and stuff through through Microsoft Paint. And even though I didn't make it in Paint, I did it in Adobe Photoshop, but with like constraining myself to the tools that you have in Paint. So I drew it by hand and I'm really happy with it. And yeah, I mean, I like dinosaurs, specifically dinosaurs in hats. I think it's pretty cool. So that's where that spawned from. Aha, so it's doing a layered control rig. That's what doesn't cause it to go out of whack. Duly noted. Unreal Engine. Oh, but this is connected at the neck socket. So I have to control her head from there. Copy that. So I'm kind of debating what I want to do with this pose. Like, do I want to do arm up? Do I want to do more of a tactical pose? Do I want to do like true shooter pose, which is like this? Because I don't know how they train Helldivers, but actually, if I had the gun, Peacekeeper, check out answer. If I had an FK control rig, does that give me the slide? And if I get the slide, slide bone, yes. Yeah. So maybe I'll have her kind of pull back on the slide a little bit. Which I can't tell. So that is the full composite of the barrel. But the slide realistically would only come back about that far. So I'm gonna just kind of put it like right up on the end there. Because I think it just makes a little bit more dynamic of a pose. She's like pulling the slide back. So your top hand kind of goes up and wraps around with your thumb. Welcome to animation. That's how you determine like those little things. There is a little weird thing with like this Helldivers skin and the like the gloves. I'm not too worried about it right now. And maybe she doesn't. I don't like her having this arm crossover. So maybe it's just spent. And we'll close the fingers. That one just nudged inside just a little bit. A little bit of cheating, a little bit of hacking. There we go. Someone. There we go. It's not like the greatest, but it'll work for these purposes. Are you going to be doing helmets on more often in this project? Yes. So this character actually only doesn't have their helmet on for like 2 shots in the script as it stands right now. But for the character sheets, I like to kind of show a little bit of both, with and without helmets. So scooch that in until it's right under her chin. You know, there are some people who didn't like in New Frontiers, like how often characters had their helmets off, which, yeah, it's not like the Mandalorian or anything. Like, it's not like a sacred thing, but, you know, I want this project in particular to focus more on animation when it comes to like the body, and less on you know, the like the facial animation or anything like that. So while there will be a little bit here and there, generally speaking, though, the helmets will be left on. That's kind of neat. Shows a different side. Can I use the head control to move that any? Yeah, it's a bit easier to control. And we'll use neck one just to rotate her head a little bit more. I really need to set that keyframe for all of this. keyframe. We'll do a save. And we'll just do a quick face adjustment. So we'll put her eyes out and down. It's hard to read because this is all in black. We'll scrunch the face. And bring those up while kind of furrowing her brow. Nice, nice. And we'll push her nostrils up slightly. And a little bit on the corner of her mouth. It's a pretty good look. All right, let me set a keyframe for all those. We can light it, snap our shots, and be done. All right, sick. So now what we're gonna do is get rid of the directional light. Actually, maybe we should put something behind her just to break things up a little bit more. I'm thinking I'll probably just grab something from this pack. Something pre-built, maybe this. Which is going to be huge, but we're just using it to put it in the background. We'll lower it to there. We're in animation mode, that's why I can't duplicate it that way. That's fine. We'll turn off the directional light and see if we need any more ground. But, alright, so now we'll delete this, which just leaves us with a couple of emissives. I'm going to switch to selection mode just to get rid of the rigs. And here we go. Dropping in some lighting. Close down the cone angle. And raise that up a good bit. Two of those. One for each of them, but offset this one. Just a hair. Cool. We'll also throw down... Because the problem that the scene is having right now is it's trying to calculate too much light from the emissive materials. So I'm just going to increase this just to catch some of that, and I'm just gonna make this just this massive source. Actually, we're gonna go up to 5,000 by 5,000 and max out the attenuation radius, but then just have it very lightly touch the set. Just to try and get rid of some of that emissive noise. Oh, you want to know another thing is? We need to add a post-process volume. Post-process volume just gives you control over what happens. in the scene. So the first thing I need to do is check this infinite extent unbound, and then go to my exposure and switch it to manual and set it to like 11, because that will tell me much more accurately what these values should be. Because I was getting confused. I was like, 8 is like not that bright at all. Yeah, 90 is a whole lot more bright. There we go. Then that just adds a little bit of nice color in the background. And so now we can finish up lighting this character. So I'll pull in another one of these. I'm really just going to kind of go for this split lighting look, honestly. It looks cool. It's in theme. And then maybe like a light on the other side. We'll flip it this way. Come up and make it like blue. That looks pretty cool. Sick. All right, so now we can just kind of start setting up cameras, make it look nice, and get a couple renders out. This is my favorite part of the entire thing. The whole reason I got into Unreal Engine is to do this part, setting up the cameras. It's my favorite bit. And we'll probably capture a good number of angles, since this is like the main character. I'm just gonna open up that a bit. Set the out point and drag this all the way down. Cool. So I set this to like 85. I like to have like a kind of just like a master portrait, maybe a 50. Something that just well represents the character. And maybe set that to, that's a little too dark. 3.5 maybe. And maybe for that first rect light, we bump up the intensity a little bit, you know? 200. Not 500. Maybe 325. That feels pretty good. Cool. So now I'm just gonna go in and drop in a few more cameras, get some nice angles, and we'll call this one good. So I actually don't even need to really worry about camera track placement. So we'll do a wide as well. This is kind of like their action figure when you pull them out of the box. Look. It's kind of how I've always seen it. And let me just double check that focus. Hey, I was pretty close. That looks nice. close up. Maybe get a little bit of shoulder in that close up as well, just so we can see her colors. Feels pretty good. And ooh, that's sort of a nice profile as well. With main characters especially, I try to get a good amount of angles. I feel like I need to make a decision about being. Yeah, we'll go a little bit closer. We already have a wide shot. So that'll be about there. And we can get a couple shots of her face as well. Yep. Wrong camera. Got this one. I like the idea of just having a little bit of foreground, mid-ground, and then have her be the focal point. I always feel like the eyes are an important shot to get. We'll go pretty tight. Try 135 start. Oh, Unreal Engine, you look so good. Maybe we'll go 100. Maybe we back it up. That looks nice. Is it me, or does it look like Celise a bit with the hair? The hair is the same. It's the same hairstyle as Celise. Because metahumans have pretty limited hair, so unless you go in and create your own hair, you're pretty limited on options. We use like every natural hairstyle in New Frontiers. So there's some repeat, but because this is like the character is only in one shot, you know, it is not as like it's not worth it to me to go and pull more hairstyles or make my own hairstyles, especially when it can just be considered like a little nod. But also I've gotten the comment a couple times that all the Helldivers should have a shaved head, which I'm also not opposed to. But I also don't really think that it matters. And I would think, I don't really want to get into spoilers, but the way that the story goes, you know, she might just keep the hair. Again, I don't want to get into spoilers too much. That looks pretty good. Maybe we'll just go for a 3. Oh, and you want to know what else I might do? I might add some fog. That's what's missing from this. Just to lift a little bit of the contrast. We'll go into visual effects, fog. We'll just turn that way up. Enable some volumetric fog. And just really introduce a lot of this stuff. One's too much. 0.2 feels pretty good. Okay, let's go. Yeah, I like the way that looks. Maybe 0.125. All right, I feel pretty good about that. Let's snap a few screenshots, do the veteran, and call it a night. So we'll capture. I'll just pull that up in a separate tab for myself so I don't have to go looking for it later. Get rid of that gizmo. Capture that angle. Capture. 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 This camera is a little too bright now with the fog. Capture. Capture. And capture. Sick. I like the way that turned out. That looks pretty dope. Especially to get the character just some more dimension. Sick. Alright. We'll save all that jazz. And we'll move on to the veteran Helldiver. So this is one that I have been in debate about how I want to do this veteran character, because what has me in debate is if they keep the regular Helldivers armor or something different. So I'm gonna play around with it. Let's see here. Let's get into just looking at the... Sorry, I just got hit with the wave of the sleepies. And it's starting to close in fast. So I like this sort of tanky look. The main thing is I don't know if I want to keep the helmet. I'm trying to figure out what I would swap it out with. Let me go look on the Helldivers archive. Sorry, I've been getting a lot of messages just about the project and stuff, and it's hard to not want to go in and start responding to them, and then I remember I'm on stream right now, so I'll do that when I'm done. So this guy uploaded some pretty neat textures. That look pretty cool. But oh, that looks cool. But yeah, I'm trying to figure out if I do a different helmet, which one is it going to be? Got the Dancing Warrior. Because I've already got the Drone Master on a character. I want to 3D print that Drone Master helmet. If I can get my 3D printer fixed, I would love to print one of those. That helmet is so cool. Super Oath logo. Alright. So here's what I think I'm gonna do. Because I have that one pack that I downloaded. And they also had, pretty sure it was like that Shaggy's Super Armory. Is it up more? Yep. Shaggy's Mega Armory. It's a very long Discord thread. All armors have now been added. Armors may not appear in cycles. This is limitation of the shader. Yep. Yes, yes. But there was another link. I believe I can fly. I'm wanted by the FBI. I hear about it every night and day. Baked armors, put it in this folder. I can pop it out over here just so you can see what I'm doing. So we used the drone master, we used the legionnaire. What's the dynamo? Helldivers. Harmar. Oh, that's pretty cool. I do kind of like that. I wonder if that was just black. How it would look. We'll give it a shot. We'll download it, my guy. How rappers expose themselves. I must have missed what I said to make that a funny joke. I apologize. But a little slow. SA 32 Dynamo. We'll save them there. And we'll open it up. Just make sure it's opened with Blender 4. Yo, gotta remember to add Greg. Greg do gotta be in there. So this could be super cool. Either in all black and possibly with a different helmet. I do like how it do be looking though. Mm-hmm. I do wonder about the helmet. Is that just a regular B01 tactical helmet? For now, we'll pull it in the way that he has it and then see how that goes. So to bake out these textures, I do need to use this principled texture bake and then pull all that. So that is something I will do off stream just because it takes a lot of computing power, but I do want to test something real quick. I want to see if I go to export my guy. What do I usually do? B-bone? Nope. And so that's definitely the armature. Oh, the bones are just super small. Oh, that's so weird. Alright, so let's see here. If I go... I'm going to go ahead and export this to this folder. we'll just call this V1. Armature mesh selected. X forward, Z up. Face off. I haven't done the scaling thing, but the thing that worries me there is that like the scale is already going to be jacked up. So I'm just going to try it this way. And we'll see if it works. And if it works, we will end the stream on a high note. Yeah, I do a lot of the boring stuff off stream. I try to, my goal is when I come on stream that like it's all fun stuff. Or this would be the That's How I Am. I'm just gonna make a model folder just in case this doesn't work the way that I want it to. I'll rename this because I actually accidentally put all caps there, which was a mistake. So I'm gonna try to import this on the skeleton, on like the regular Helldivers skeleton. Failed to merge bones. This could happen if significant hierarchical changes have been made. Inserting a bone between nodes. Would you like to regenerate the skeleton from this mesh? No. Let's check him out. So he's backwards. That's no bueno. But what happens if we throw an animation on him? He disappears. He exits the stratosphere. He, homeboy, is gone. That's okay, though. Everything is gonna be alright. Yep. I meant to delete. So what happens if we delete him? We rotate him 180 degrees. You know what? We will put this. Let's save this as its own thing before I get too crazy. 0.01 centimeters. Throw a couple of zeros in the view shed. And scale them up by 10, I guess. Scale them up by 100, I guess. Yep, that was it. All right. And we'll just apply all the transforms on export. So we'll do 2 and we will check apply transform. Export, and let's try importing him as this guy. Hey fish. Alright, so this time I'm not going to do him on the skeleton. We're just going to see how he imports. Default. I think I'm the only one watching. It says there's 2 people watching right now. Who knows? I appreciate anybody hanging out. A lot of people watch my streams later, which I find interesting. Well, Unreal Engine crashed. So guess what? I am going to call that it. Because it's been a long week and I don't have time to be dealing with the crashing of Unreal Engine and all that. So, thank you so much for being here. Hanging out on the stream. We got a little bit more done tonight. Not as much as I wish we could have, but we'll try and get some more knocked out here soon. But that's going to pretty much be it. Join the Discord, become a member, whatever you want to do. And have a good time. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.